All right, shalom, shalom.
Um,
All right, give us 1 second to check the feed, make sure we good. So we in there. All right, shalom.
um,
Before we get started with this lesson, we want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and elder bishops of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and that rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect that sat here laboring in all truth and sincerity. To you, we say shalom. All right.
Shalom.
So this is the brothers from Great Millstone, Charlotte, and pretty much in this news and privacy, you just wanted to touch on a few things that we saw in the news or whatnot. And as you see with the title, man, this devil is getting ready to come down with that sword, man. So we wanted to start with this video that came out with Trump. You know how he was dancing with a sword. And this was actually spiritual because the fact that he was dancing with a literal sword lets you know that this man, all right, has big plans that he's beginning to enact on Jake, which is pretty much beginning to usher in Jacob's trouble. Because we've seen him already begin his onslaught against the Northern Kingdom, as far as these mass deportations, and it's just the beginning from there, man. You know, Taz, we got anything before we play the video?
Uh, Let me see. Yeah, I was just looking up the etymon of the word dance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Says succession of steps and movements, commonly guided by musical accompaniment. It says a dancing party. Says tremble, quiver. You know. So I mean, pretty much, this man is, going along with the orders that he has, from on high from Yahweh Shai, because we know pursuing the Proverbs 21, right, that the king's heart is in the hand of the Most High. So
Right.
he's just going along with the program because we understand that the Lord is preparing to put that spirit in Esau to come down with great wrath.
Yeah. There's that precept dealing with that cruel Lord. Matter of fact, you
Yep.
know what I said? We can open that before we play the video. Because
Yeah,
like
I
you
got it.
said, the Most High is about to put the spirit on this man to come down with great wrath. Because we got to understand a great judgment awaits the wicked of our people. All right. The reason why the Lord is doing what he's doing with these devils, okay, is to bring, a wrath upon the wicked of his people that refuse to repent, man. You got that.
This is Isaiah chapter, pardon me, 19 and verse 4. It says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts."
Right. And that's beginning to look like that's Trump, man. All right. He's coming into 2025 with a bang, man. And the fact that, like I said, he was sitting here dancing with this literal sword. Okay, he's about to show that cruelty that all these devils embody, which is really the anger of the Lord. That's gonna be shown. All right. So before we play this, I got one more just to, you know, this is the time for you to be fearing the Lord more than ever, man, because hey, this very well could be the beginning of Jacob's trouble, man. You know. So this is Psalm 17 and 13. It says, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes." So the point being that Esau Edom is the sword of the Most High, and that sword is actual men that the Lord has on the planet that carry out, His will, whether it be on the right or the left hand side. But in this particular situation, all right, Esau Edom is that literal sword that is going to be, used to bring that wrath upon our people, man. All right, so play this video real quick. You got something else?
Uh,
Kind. All right, so And this was all, symbolic. Spiritually, it's symbolic to show you that he's about to get ready, man. He's already in the process of, doing what we're about to, go into. All right, dealing with that persecution of Israel, man. Because hey, this is Nero, back in the office again, doing what he did back in the in Rome. All right, because
Mhm.
he was one of the main persecutors of the church back then. He's going to begin to do that now, man. Okay. Real quick, could you get in Ecclesiastes where it says that which is then is now?
Done. This is okay. I'm grabbing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. It says, "That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been,
Mm-hmm.
and the Most High requireth that which is past."
Right. And so what we're about to witness is Nero in his in his reincarnation come back and bring that same wrath that he had against the Christians, back then, which we know the original Christians were the Israelites, man, the Mashiachim, the followers of the anointed. Okay.
Hmm.
And we know that during, Rome, all right, the Christians were heavily persecuted because they were causing, uprisings, all throughout Rome based off, the teaching of the scriptures, which is being done in today's time. Okay. Because you got to remember, in Trump's first run, all right, he had made mention of how that we got to deal with the prophets of doom. Okay, and we know that he was referring to us, slyly, because we are the prophets of doom. Because when you go into that word doom, doom literally means justice, man. So
Hmm.
these Edomites have been indirectly, addressing us, you know, for a couple years now, man. So Trump is going to very well be the one to kick off this thing, man. We can see it, you know. And
Yeah.
2025 has been, coming with great, intensity so far, man. You know, you
Uh,
got
yeah. If I may just get a quick precept, because like you said, bro, these devils are preparing, different things to try to come against the church, the circumcision believers of the Lord, because they understand the vibration that is being pushed in this earth is against their hegemony and their entire power structure, as was then is now, right?
mm-hmm,
You had the followers of Hamashiach that were pushing forth the righteous vibration which countered the hegemony of Edom, and with this revived Roman Empire is no different, right?
mm-hmm,
Now I wanted to grab something real quick. James 2 and 19, it says, "Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble," right?
mm-hmm,
So when we consider the amount of information that Esau has amassed over time, his sorcerers, his diviners, his archaeologists that go throughout the earth finding out different records, they are very aware of the power of Yahweh Shai. Moreover, they're aware that there are men that are on the earth that are prophesying of the deliverance of his people,
mm-hmm,
but they understand what's tied to that too. So a lot of the things that we're going to see is them trying to counteract prophecy. But little do they know is that they're playing into the hand of the Lord.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Because like I said, you're seeing, all right, the Israelites are very, subtly being addressed throughout, these talks, whether it's, the Davos, Trump, Elon Musk. These different people are beginning to see, because this truth can no longer be ignored. All right, you
Right.
got Jake waking up exponentially all over let's say universe, all over the world, but
Hmm.
specifically here in America, because through the influence of Israel, you're seeing people, beginning to look at Esau in a different way than they normally have, man. You know,
Yep.
and that's a problem, because that presents, it presents, a problem for them, having that America is, great again, mantra being, put holes in it, because Jake is beginning to see, like, yo, all these problems that's being caused on the earth, y'all the reason. All right,
Yep.
here it is. You have pushed bullshit down the throats of so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans for decades. And so now that the truth of the matter is coming out of who we are as being the biblical Israelites, and you being the devil that the Bible speaks of, the biblical Edomites, he can no longer hide himself. So this is why you're seeing him get desperate as far as the distraction that he's giving out. Like you say, Trump is trying to revive the Bread Circus, trying to bring back Hollywood. That shit's dead. Okay, he's giving this fake facade for these Edomites, talking about America is in is golden era, which we know that's bullshit because America's been dying since the 50s, which was the height of its sufficiency. So all these different lies that Esau has been trying to come with, are being pretty much shot through by the prophets, because what we have came on the scene and let the world know that America is past its prime. Its expiration date is drawing very close, man. All right, and there's no bringing it back. So Trump coming out with this whole lie talking about making America great, that's finished, man. You know.
Done. May I get two precepts, please?
Go ahead, Doc.
Uh, First, this is Psalms 83, because you made the point, about how, a lot of Jake is starting to wake up to the fact that, a lot of the lies, the miseducation that they received by the hand of Esau, was actually to their detriment. It wasn't even something that was just coincidental. No, it was very intentional, the misinformation that was provided to you, the suppression of your heritage and your culture, you know. This is Psalms 83, because here it is, they're trying to revive this spirit of Rome, but with that revival of that spirit, we know who was there at that time. The Israelites was there.
Right.
So hey, you trying to revive that. Hey, the lion, the scepter, the lion of Judah is being risen too,
Mm-hmm.
right? Psalms 83 and verse 3, it says, "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones." And this is what, these nations did. They conspired against the Israelites,
Mm-hmm.
starting with, the head of the table being the Edomites, right? Verse 4 says, "They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." Now, what's powerful about this when you read this, brothers, I'm pretty sure everybody when they first read Psalms 83, it's an eye opener, because it's like, wow, we start to really put the pieces together, and you start to go into secular history. You start to go more into the scriptures, the different writings and things of that nature, and it starts to link up that we are the children of the Most High, right?
Sure.
Now, like you had said, we're in that time of great exposure where Esau is being brought to the forefront to have to answer for all of this deception that he's put out in the earth. Because the crafty counsel, was really tied to deception, you
Mm-hmm.
know, deceiving the nation of Israel, the Israelites, from being scattered and discontinued from their heritage, right? This is Jeremiah 49 and 10. "But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
Right.
His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not." And I bring that out because as Jake is being brought to the awareness of who they are, Esau is being made bare because he's being proven to be what he's not, right? He's being proven to not be the children of the Lord. He's being proven to not be a righteous individual. He's being proven to be a warmonger,
Mm-hmm.
right? A tyrant. In these days that we're coming into, he's going to just show you who he is, because he can't hide any longer.
Right. Right. That facade that he was able to hide behind. All right. That literally went away when Trump first got in the office, the first time go around. Because the way that he was speaking, he was riling up that old spirit in these devils, to bring back that hatred for Jake. You ain't gotta hide it no more, man. Because we're at the end. So like you were saying, that whole the upheaval of the skirt that he put over everybody is no longer viable, because everything is being brought to the light now, man.
That's it. That's it.
You got some more?
No, I didn't. I had another precept. I don't want to, segue too far from your lesson.
I have real quick before you go into that one, because I just want to land back off you. All right, 'cause this is one of the reasons why Nero, and just the Edomites period, they came down so hard against the church back then. This is Acts 17:6. And when they
Mm.
found them not, they drew Jason and certain brethren unto the rulers of the city, crying, these that have turned the world upside down are come hither also. And that's what we have done.
Ooh. Yep.
We have turned the world upside down. We've turned the world right side up, because Esau really turned the world upside down. When you read Isaiah 29:16, all right, he
That's
he
it.
turned everything upside down. So what we have done is the reversal, all right, and began to put truth back into the world, to where people are beginning to understand what truth really is, man. All right, because Esau has filled the world with lies, like when you read about that old serpent that was released and pretty much went out to deceive the world. All right, we're still, under that hegemony where he's out deceiving, but that deceiving is being, put to a halt, because now truth is combating them lies, man. And like you read in Second Corinthians, the 10th chapter, all right, we're casting down all them strongholds, and now they're pretty much being left bare to where they can no longer hide themselves, which is why they're about to come down with this draconian like measure against us, man.
Yep. That's it. It's a little bit more in there too, bro.
Okay, Kyle, y'all go to the actual passage. Verse 7, whom Jason have received, and these all do contrary to the decrees of Caesar, saying that there is another king, one Yahushua.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have one king, Yahweh Shai. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we like the scriptures speak about in Isaiah the 10th chapter, how we would no longer lean upon the hand that smote us,
Right.
right? But lean upon the Holy One of Israel in truth. We lean upon Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for the one of all things, for full reliance in our lives. He is our king, he is our ruler, and this is the mindset that frightens the mind of the Caesars today, the rulers today, that the slaves have taken off those shackles and are being freed, right? Pursuing to John 8:32, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free,
Yep.
right? This is what's
Yep.
taking place in real time. And these devils are aware. They try and act as though, oh, we got you got, or how did Trump say it on the Joe Rogan podcast? He was like, there's these prophets that say that the world is gonna end, right? You do know that, right?
Right.
Like, yeah, yeah, I know you know that. We know you know that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's because we're adhering to the will of the Lord. We're understanding what the will of the Lord is. And that's a threat to this devil. We're not submitting to his will no longer.
Con, you grab this off the comment board real quick. This is GMS and his likeness, Sirach 42:18. He seeketh out the deep and the heart, and considereth their crafty devices. For the Lord knoweth that all may be known, and he beholdeth the signs of the world. He declareth the things that are past and for to come, and revealeth the steps of the hidden things. And that's what the Spirit of the Lord has, brought to light out here, man. All right. All the wicked, devices of the all the crafty devices of the wicked, past, present, and future. Okay. Because here it is, we're able to go into the scriptures, bring out what Esau did during the Roman Empire, correlate it to what we see in today's time, and tell him that just like back then, that shit's not going to work now, man. Okay. Everything about how this man's moving is all going to fail, because the Spirit of the Lord is the one that's dictating all these things. So, like it says in Job, he has set bounds that they cannot pass, but this devil is trying to usurp prophecy, which is why they put Trump in office, man. Because as it's been coming out, all right, that whole MAGA push, when you really go into the inner workings of that the Satanism, the Church of Satan, and all that, they said that MAGA is the highest level of witchcraft that you can get to. So
Mm,
Trump is a high level witch, man, and so they put him in that position because between him and Elon Musk, it's high level enchantments going out right now, man. Which is why you're
yeah.
seeing them push, for this AI. Okay, as we're gonna get into in a minute. But go ahead and get your precept, Aki. I didn't want to distract you from that.
No. It's all the spirit. This is Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 27. It says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched." And that's what
Hmm.
we see taking place in real time. Deceit, deception is being quenched. Through the World Wide Web, right? The unicorn, this information highway that's bringing to light a lot of the inner workings of Esau's hegemony and how it was predicated on deception.
Right.
So him having his kingdom fortified in lies and deception, that being his foundation, that's why we see the kingdom being uprooted in the fashion that it's going in, right?
Hmm.
Verse 28, "As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared." And that is a direct reason why this devil is preparing to go as hard as he's going,
Facts.
because these lies that he has established as the truth are being countered by the truth.
Hmm.
So for his hegemony to have been founded on these principles of lies and deception, this is a direct attack on his power structure, his hegemony.
Right. And he's left with no other option other than persecution. All right, which is why we're seeing the stage be set for that, man. All right. Now, I just wanted to read this excerpt that we got from Yeshaya the other day dealing with Nero. So it says Emperor Nero is known for being one of the earliest and most notorious persecutors of Christians in ancient Rome. He
Mm,
is often depicted as the architect of early Christian martyrdom due to the brutal ways in which he sought to eliminate the Pelagian religion. Nero's reign began in 54 CE, and by 64 CE, a great fire broke out in Rome, destroying much of the city. Rumor spread that Nero himself had ordered the fire to be set to clear land for a new palace. To deflect blame, Nero accused the Christians of starting the fire. This marked the beginning of a wave of brutal persecution against Christians as Nero sought to scapegoat them for the disaster. Uh, it says the punishment was death. Nero wanted to show that he was a man of the people, so he made the executions a public spectacle. Their death was made into a sport. Dressed in animal skins, they were torn to pieces by dogs or crucified. Other Christians were hung on poles and drenched in tar. At night, executioners lit the human torches so that they could light up the streets as the screams resounded and a sickening smell of burning flesh settled
mm,
over Rome. And so
wow.
this man, hey, he's coming with that again. Okay.
Yep.
Because that persecution is already beginning with the Northern Kingdom starting to get, the heat put on them with these deportations, man. So I want to put this on the screen real quick.
Mm,
All right. Because like I said, he came into this making hefty promises and he's been delivering, man. All right. So you had the his border czar, you know, I forget his name, Tom Holland or whatever his name is. Uh, it says ICE agents arrest more than 12,000 migrants and weekend raid. So we'll play this real quick if you'll play. If not, no big
Don.
deal.
His name was Tom
Oh,
Hammond.
Tom Hammond, yeah. So I don't think it's gonna play. All right. Well, you see the title. That's all that matters. All right. ICE makes nearly 1,000 arrests in a single day. The ICE agents arrest more than 1,200 migrants in weekend raids, and this shit has been getting real because it's to the point now where you're hearing people talk about this on a regular. Like I was telling the brother before we got on the stream, I was at work today, and you're hearing Jake speaking about this, and like they know heavy Northern Kingdom populated areas, and they said them areas is either getting swept through or they already empty because either Northern Kingdom is getting grabbed up or they're in hiding because they're scared to get grabbed up, man. So hey, that Jacob's trouble, hey, that's starting with y'all, really, because just like any other time when you read history, Northern Kingdom, they got the shit first before it hit Southern Kingdom, man. So this
It
very well could be the beginning of Jacob's trouble. You got it
Con.
out.
Hey, and when the Southern Kingdom got it, they got that shit worse.
Exactly. Exactly. So this ain't no joke, man. And Esau Edom is coming with the shits, man. Hey, real
Yep.
quick, could you grab Ezekiel 21 and 9?
Gone. This is Ezekiel chapter, you said 26 and 9?
21 and 9.
21 and 9, so okay. Ezekiel 21 and 9, it reads, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished.
Right. And we know ultimately, that sword is going to be the nuclear missiles, being prepared for World War III. But as we also know, is multiple variations of that sword, and the main sword that we're speaking of right now is the man Esau Edom, man. Okay,
Uh-huh.
he's being sharpened as we speak, which is why, like we said at the beginning of the lesson, that man dancing with that sword, that was all symbolic, because he's about to get busy on Jake, man.
Mm, man, Biblical shot. Let me see something right quick.
You got it up.
When you look up that word sharpen in the blue letter, it's Strong's H 2300. It's Hadad, I believe it's pronounced Hadad.
Mm-hmm.
It says, or Hadad, excuse me. Um, it says to be sharp, be alert, be keen. It says to be to be sharp or severe, be fierce, right? So we understand, like the brother Amawan, priest Amawan has said, right? The Lord's sword is this devil Esau,
Right.
right? And he's being made fierce, right? He's being made sharpened, like when you read, like we read in the Strong's definition, to be fierce,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the Lord is charging his spirit up, you know, putting him against that grinder to sharpen up that blade to get active, man.
Mm-hmm. That's why we read earlier that cruel Lord the Lord gave Egypt over to, man. Hey, Trump is in the beginning stages of showing y'all who he really is, man. Because here it is, you had all these Israelites, especially in the Northern Kingdom, man. Yeah, you Mexicans, you Cubans, you Puerto Ricans, you Dominicans, all you Northern Kingdoms that was for Trump. Y'all thought that he was for y'all, and you see how quickly that turned. All right, you
Right.
had also because it's not just them. All right, you having the Levi, the Haitians, they're being persecuted. You have these Jakes that's coming from these African countries, the Nigerians, the Ghanaians, and whatnot. Yeah, they are at risk too. If you are a quote unquote illegal immigrant, you don't have your citizenship, you are going to get visited, man. All right, and
Yep.
Trump is so hard with this shit, trying to quote unquote clean up America. They're to the point where they don't even give a damn if you have one. If you look like a Northern Kingdom, if you look like a migrant, your ass is getting took it, man. So
Right.
hey, the trouble is here, man. Okay,
That's it.
man. So
That's it.
hey, Jake needs to wake up, man. You know, grab Second Ezra 16 and 70.
Done. The second Ezra's right here. Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 70, it reads, For there shall be in every pardon me, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh Bashem Al Shai.
Right, because the main ones that is going to be facing this persecution are Israelites, man. Okay, Jeremiah 30 and 7, man. Now was the time of Jacob's trouble. So for those that are still confused on why these things are happening, we're telling you this is prophecy taking place because this is the persecution of the saints, man. This is the Christian church, the real Christians, all right, the Hamashiachim, the followers of the anointed. This is us beginning to be, persecuted for our belief in the Messiah, because like we read earlier, okay, us preaching about a quote unquote new God. All right, we're telling our people to prepare for the kingdom, how Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is about to come back and redeem us. That is a threat to the new world order, man. Because here it is, these elites, they want to be worshipped as God here. This is why they're pushing for with this, technocracy that we're seeing being put, into place, man, because they want
Mm-hmm.
full control over everybody's spirit, like how the Most High has that power now. They want that power, and they're gonna try to do that through the left hand by putting that charagma inside of everybody, man. All right. So
God.
Trump is just that pawn that is setting everything up in place. All right. You're hearing reports like on that on the website, the People's Voice. You had, them make the statement about how the WEF declared how the election was null and void. All right. You got them talking about how they viewed Trump as a threat. That's all smoke and mirrors, man. Okay.
Right.
Because he's one of them. All right.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's a people pleaser. So as you've heard him make mention, through various interviews, here it is. He's putting on a persona that he's a nationalist, that he's for America's embetterment, but truly, he's in the same boat that Biden was in. He's a globalist. He's a pawn. All right, and the elites are using him. All right, to pretty much do what needs to be done. Okay, that's no coincidence why he has Elon Musk, right there, pretty much with his hand up Trump's back, man. Because as you've been, paying attention to what's been going on, hey, Elon Musk has been the main ones pulling the strings, man. Trump ain't really been doing nothing but just being the face and signing orders, man. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you got
Yep.
anything, bro?
Yeah, I do. I just wanted to land back on what we have read in Second Ezra 16 because what was tied to this element of persecution. This isn't the first time that Israel has found themselves in straits, you know, where nations try to overcome our people and our heritage and our so to speak, rights to be able to serve the Lord how we want to, right? Because that's what it really boils down to is they pretty much want to just disconnect our connection to the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I wanted to read this right quick. This is First Maccabees 1:42, and it says, matter of fact, I started 41. It says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king, right? So that's the exact vibration that we see that's happening right now in this man's hegemony. We're at that stage entering into the New World Order where there is going to be one world government, one world religion under Satanism, right? This is the vibration that these elites are having, at these panel discussions, right? At these summits, right? How do we bottleneck the masses of the world to submit to our will, to our order, right? It says, verse 43, yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land. And
Mm-hmm.
it goes further into that, but I just wanted to, make this quick point. This period of Hellenization that occurred was by way of mandated subjection.
Yep.
And these are the times that we're coming into where there is going to be heavy persecution against those that aren't getting with the program.
Yep.
Esau is very subtle with his approach to mandating and subjecting laws and legislation upon the people. He's going to do it very sly, but he's going to have grounds to bring about persecution against you Israelites, which is why we are so fervent to exhort our people to repent, strengthen their foundation in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai so that they can withstand the day of evil, the day of testing, because this man is about to go all out. He's at his wit's end. He can't front, he can't hide behind this facade any longer. He's just got to be himself and go
Right.
in.
Right. And it's about time that he shows you how he truly looks at you tribes, man. Because hey, for the longest, you got Jake that's still out here that truly believe that this man is for them, that he's doing things that's going to benefit them. But it's like, yo, time after time, these things are being thrown in your face that these devils hate you. Trump, as much as a character as this nigga is, he has made that abundantly clear that he hates you niggas, especially you Northern Kingdoms, man. You know,
Mhm.
but all it took was for Biden to get in the office and look like a total idiot for you to just to bypass that, and all you niggas just threw your whole eggs in the basket. We need Trump back, you know. But like you
Yep.
said, he's gonna put legislation on the books that he's doing right now. That's gonna all bottleneck specifically the tribes, man. Like for example, I know you remember years back when they shut the government down, and you had
Hmm.
all those fucking black women and niggas crying, begging Trump to open the government back up. It's gonna be like that, but worse. You
Yep.
know, About a quick one for you. This is
Uh,
Psalms chapter 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which framest mischief by law?
mhm.
You
Right.
know?
These elites, they frame mischief by law. They have the ability to enact laws and legislations upon the people that will enforce the standard of living, right? What
Mm-hmm.
is going to be the aspect that's tied to buying and selling in the New World Order? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to put two and two together, right? As we go into Revelations, the 13th chapter, and we break down that word charagma in the Greek, right? That is the implantable device that's being discussed at these summits, these economic summits, where they're
Mm-hmm.
talking about the new monetary system is going to be tied to blockchain, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
every piece of every transaction will be tracked. And these globalists are on these panels discussing how they want to enact that centralized bank digital currency, right? It's all tied to this system that John the Revelator has saw thousands of years ago, you
Right.
know? But he's framing this mischief into law. This is going to be legislated. This is not going to be something where it's like, oh, okay, I can still use my cash. No, that's not the the direction that society is going in. We're at a
Right.
major shift in society.
Right. And as these things are being put in place, all right, he's doing, different things, different little subtle things that's gradually gonna, eventually push you to get to that point, which is why he's
Hmm.
taking away your civil liberties. All right, he's bottlenecking you, making your time here in Babylon more harder, like what you was talking about, on Saturday, where they did away with the whole thing where they pretty much was separating the Transformers from competing with women in their sports. How they did
Yep.
away with affirmative action, and it's from the outside in. It's like, okay, yeah, you coming against the alphabet niggas, but then like you was bringing out, that's affecting Eve, and the rest of Jake as well, man. Because with
Right.
them doing away with affirmative action, this these this gives jobs pretty much the clear way, the clear path to get rid of you once they deem, okay, this nigga, we don't want him here no more. So they can come up with any reason to get rid of you. They don't have to hire you anymore. They don't have a quota they have to meet to keep you niggas on the job, man. As you see, corporate America is already biased. All right, they're gonna make it to where it's all Edomites that have the advantage, to get ahead more than what they already have now, man.
That's it. Here it is. Esau had fucking what, 400 years? This nigga has hundreds, generations a head start.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still trying to find ways to oppress our people. This guy is pathetic, man. And this is what's infuriating with our people is that they don't put two and two together. You
Facts.
know, we consider, the state of our people. We are deprived of resources. We're deprived of our own civil liberties, because we're under the hand of our enemy,
Mm-hmm.
right? But they never consider why is that? Why is it that these issues are persisting in, you know, our communities? You know,
Right.
it's because you are in captivity.
Right.
When we discuss, the definition of contemporary slavery, debt bondage, right? Sex trafficking, these different things are primarily attached to so-called Blacks, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanics. I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to read that executive order a little bit, if I may.
You got it.
This is that executive order that we discussed at camp under Lyndon B. Johnson, Executive Order 11246, right? That Trump pretty much did away with, like you said, ending affirmative action, right? It goes in. basically in so few words, because this article is long as shit. But basically, it targeted, the Equal Opportunity Act that pretty much was most beneficial toward women, blacks, and browns. So the most disenfranchised people in society are getting hit by these new laws and legislation that are being passed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which goes to show you that we are in Jacob's trouble. These When you go into that word trouble in the blue letter, it means straits. Jake is in a position of difficulty, and it's only going to continue to intensify.
Yep. You got some more on that?
Oh no, that's it.
Okay, Con. Grab this. This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, which is an example of what you just read, and other things that we've been talking about. All right, these are unrighteous decrees, man, because hey, this doesn't benefit anybody except the devil, man. All right, this Esau is putting these legislations down to openly declare war on the tribes, man. All right,
Mm-hmm.
as verse 2 says, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. I'm reading it in the NLT. It says, they deprive the poor of justice and deny the rights of the needy among my people. They prey on widows and take advantage of orphans. And the main way that you can look at that is the executive orders that he signed, just dealing with how they're coming against Northern Kingdom, man. Because here it
Mm-hmm.
is, a lot of these tribes came over here to escape, you know, extreme, situations they were in their home countries. Like for example, you had you're having a lot of these countries like Cuba, for example. I believe not it was Colombia, Slovakia, and he was talking about how they're sending all these different deportees back to their homelands. Well, Colombia was like, look, we're not taking no people that you're sending on no plane in handcuffs. And so they had a back and forth to pretty much Trump was like, all right, well, I'll be like Biden and be diplomatic and just send these people back. They're free. They can just come back. And he was like, yo, well, it should have been like that. If you're gonna do that, like it shouldn't be like a punishment to them. It's like, look, this is just what it is. But you're sending them back to a situation they escaped from, which when you go deep into it, Esau's the one that caused that. So what
Mm-hmm.
if he never was in that region fucking shit up in the first place? These people would never have to have a reason to flee into safer passage, which America was their ways of having safe passage to a better life. But you're sending them back to their home countries, and they left with nothing. Instead of being sent back over there with even more of nothing, man. So that's
Yep.
wicked.
Yep. Hey, and two, with that Colombia situation, Trump was pretty much threatening tariffs.
Right.
That
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
that was a major part that made Colombia be like, all right, shit, you got it.
No,
You got
look,
it, bro.
look. They said, okay, you're gonna send us with terrorists. All right, we're gonna hit your ass with that shit too. So it's like they start hitting the coffee, and
Mm-hmm.
America was like, hold up now, okay, we'll bend,
Right.
you know. So just show you like, yo, nobody is taking shit from this country no more, man. Hey, these nations are beginning to rise up. But all that to be said, Esau Edom is setting the infrastructure. Going back to what you was talking about earlier of how they're bringing that technocracy into life by slowly but surely introducing these different things such as Project Stargate, into play, because these things are all going to be the infrastructure that's going to lead to the new world order. All right, and which leads all to total control through AI, man. All right, so I just want to read a little bit of this. All right, so it says the Stargate project is a new company which intends to invest 500 billion over the next 4 years building the new AI infrastructure for open AI in the US. We will begin deploying 100 billion immediately. This infrastructure will secure American leadership in AI, create hundreds of thousands of American jobs, and generate massive economic benefit for the entire world. This project will not only support the reindustrialization of the United States, but also provide a strategic capacity to protect the national security of America and its allies. The initial equity funders in Stargate are SoftBank, OpenAI, Oracle, and MGX. SoftBank and OpenAI are the lead partners for Stargate, with SoftBank having financial responsibility and OpenAI having operational responsibility. Masayoshi Son will be the chairman. ARM, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Oracle, and OpenAI are the key initial technical partners. The build out is currently underway, starting in Texas, and we are evaluating potential sites across the country for more campuses as we finalize the definitive agreements. As part of Stargate, Oracle, NVIDIA, and OpenAI will closely collaborate to build and operate this computing system. This builds on a deep collaboration between OpenAI and NVIDIA going back to 2016, and a newer partnership between OpenAI and Oracle. This also builds on the existing OpenAI partnership with Microsoft. OpenAI will continue to increase its consumption as Azure and OpenAI continues to work with Microsoft in addition to compute and train leading models and deliver great product and services. And pretty much, just furthering the development of this AI, because as we know, we're currently on the level of AGI and it's growing by the day. All right. So Esau is trying to make this to the point to where AI is completely autonomous, to where it's like God level. All right. And it's going to govern pretty much the world on some Minority Report, for brothers that's familiar with that movie, type of level of things, man. All right. To where the AI will be the control of everything. There'll be the judge, executioner, the jury, the teachers. The AI will be handling everything, and all the people will just be cogs in the systems being ruled under by that AI, man.
Yep. And one thing too, that a lot of people don't consider is with these data centers, these data centers that are, going to be created. Hey, Shalom Alaikum, Abba Shem
Oh,
Shai, Ba Shem Rakakarash
Sama sama
Bakatah.
basma sa
ah,
basma dos pakatam shalom akim.
wow.
Shalom. Another thing too that's not considered is that fact that these data centers are going to have a large impact on the environment, right? With
Right.
these data centers, they take up a lot of the water in local areas wherever they are at, which impacts the resources that are available to the people, right? So, with this introduction to more data centers around the U.S., what do we think is going to happen? There's going to be an increase to a lack of resources, right? Water. What's the big thing that has been a topic of discussion for a while is the sea emissions, right? So this is all going to contribute to more restriction, more legislation being enacted to try to pretty much circumvent the lives of the people to
Mm-hmm.
get along with the program, which means more restrictions and less freedom.
Oh, matter of fact, since you said that, let me get this real quick. I'll come back to this. But like you said, this is going to be more restrictions. All right, more policing on the internet. All right, so Esau knows exactly what he's doing, man. You know, so this is just this came out a couple days ago from End Time Headlines. Pentagon orders pause on social media accounts worldwide for review must align with new administration priorities, because like Esau is like we went into earlier, he's losing the information war. So all this truth that's beginning to come out about what's going on over there with them small hats. All right, what's going on in the world, what's going on even here, the corruption, in the government, what's going on, all the wickedness going on in the world, man. Hey, people all throughout, social media are beginning to wake up to this. This is why you had the whole thing with TikTok. All right, TikTok was a preview of things to come, because how they were able to shut down TikTok for them couple hours, and then they eventually brought it back. All right, that was nothing more than a ploy. All right, that was number one. All right, witchcraft, which was pretty much energy harvesting. All right, to make these people, believe and trust more in Trump. But also as well, when you go on TikTok and you notice it's a change of the app versus how it used to be, to where it's more regulated. So certain things that you were able to look up, certain videos you were able to find, you're not able to find, anymore because TikTok is now being regulated. And like I said, that's the beginning of how they want this internet to be, because what came out as well was you had the WEF. They were pretty much beginning to speak about how they want people, if they want to continue to use social media accounts, that they need to get a real ID. And you've been seeing that throughout the years. Like for example, YouTube has been asking for that. Like, if you get like a certain amount of copyright strikes or just pay strikes or whatnot, you lose certain privileges. In order to get them privileges back, they want you to pretty much put your ID behind your account. And so what this is pretty much going for is so Esau can begin to categorize the people even harder, because once, like he said, it's people spreading misinformation or disinformation with no face behind it. So they want to be able to know who's posting what, so they can have an easier time to start coming down upon people.
Right. If I can add to you, Chris, a lot of, like you said, they want to end anonymity on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now everybody has to, right, pretty much stand on what they're speaking about, and they're copying that same model that they're working over there in China,
Mm-hmm.
because they're like that social credit score system. Every aspect of their life is tied to their internet personas or accounts. So now you have to, like you said, either speak glowingly of the current administration, or whoever's in the power seat at the time, or you risk being so-called deplatformed, or having your rights and things taken away as a result of your stances against the government, man.
Facts. So yeah, man, it's getting real, man. And it's like we said, that the regulation of this internet is just getting more and more draconian, man. Like, I had seen the Elder Yashawama had posted this earlier. All right, and I believe Eric Trump, that's Trump's son, right?
Con.
All right, so yeah, this somebody had caught this. It said, "Look what Eric Trump deleted. Looks like he is threatening countries and citizens." So the tweet, it says any and who all dare to defy the American golden age, heed this warning: you will lose. Toe the line, or we will run you down. The gloves are off, and we're not playing around this time. For now, it's tariffs, but trust me, we can and will do so much more. Now, they say that this tweet was deleted 20 minutes after it was posted. And so when you go look this up, you have everything being fact checked now. All right. So according to Twitter or X, they're claiming that this tweet wasn't real. All right. And they gave the reasons why. They said, it was a digitally altered picture. The number of views at the bottom of the image is shown with that lowercase k. The normal view count on X is shown with a capital K. So, this is an example of what they call uh, disinformation or misinformation. So people would look at this and run with it as it is true, which will be damaging to pretty much real news, because whether this was real or not, just to be said, but the damage is done regardless whether it's real or not, because you're gonna have people that's not, you know, mentally inclined to go look up things and fact check things on their own. So as we've been seeing a trend as far as TikTok, Instagram, whatnot, you got people posting and reposting shit, not fact checking, and it's bringing a lot of confusion because they don't know what's true and what isn't at this point, man. So this is why, that, like you said, they want to regulate the internet with the AI, so that AI can make it to where what they deem is true, and what they deem is false, man. All right. So just total just control, man. At the end of the day, man. So AI really was it's a snare, because you can manipulate anything at this point. So you don't really know what's real and what's not anymore, man. All right.
Okay. I appreciate for you, Chris.
You got it.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 15 and verse 4. It reads, "Neither did the mischievous invention of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors, the painter's fruitless labor." Right. So a lot of what we're seeing is these mischievous inventions being brought forth. right? Like you made mention of the AI, right? These things, Esau, right? He hides behind, the muddying of the waters, right? So whether or not it's true or not, right? He wants to push as much information out there, so he wants to have as much doubt about what the truth may be, flood the minds of the people. That's why you see they put the things up using X, right? They have the what's it called, the community guidelines, fact checkers and things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature, right? And then you have the people who are the counterpoint, to say the other side, man, right? But if nobody knows what the real truth is, then they can still move in silence, man, or in through the shadows.
Right. Hey, Esau loves playing off ambiguity, man.
Mhm.
Because that where it's a blurred line at, hey, Satan is able to get up in there and wreak havoc. And so this is why this truth, we deal with absolute truths over here because we understand that it's only one truth, man. And this is why the apostles, especially the apostles and elders, advocate for brothers to, don't just go off of things just because it's said, even if it's by them. All right, you gotta look it up yourself, man. Like the scriptures say, man. Uh, if y'all remember that scripture, I just drew a blank. The make pretty much dealing with the studying. I don't know why I can't think of it at the moment.
Study to show thyself approved.
That's it. Yeah, the water. I don't know why I couldn't. That was Satan. I couldn't remember that. Study to show thyself approved, man. All right, which makes you look things up, man. All right, we're supposed to be scholars in this truth, man.
Mhm. Right, scripture says the honor of a king to search out a matter, man.
Exactly.
So we should be well versed in whatever information that we're choosing to bring out. You know, you have to
Right.
make sure everything is is in a line because it's easy for them to put out false information, right, to distract you away from the actual truth. Huh?
Exactly.
And that's what they're thriving off of right now.
Right. Because you had made mention about how we're coming to a point to where Esau is going to make you stand upon what you said. So you got to make sure that what you're bringing out is real. Because here it is, a persecution is going to be for all those that don't align with the new world order. Whether you are Israelite, whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, whether you're just an average American citizen, if you don't go with what the global elite want the world to be as, you're a target. All right. So it's even more imperative for us to have this knowledge to make sure that we're on point because everything that we say is going to be used against us, man. And the last thing, if you calling yourself a prophet, you want to be doing out here is spreading, false information because then you will be a false prophet, man. And we already know the judgment for that, you know. But real quick, I want to grab this. This is Isaiah 29 and 21. It says that make a man an offender for a word and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate and turn aside the just for a thing or not. Because as we're going into, all right, how Trump is, becoming that cruel Lord. All right, he's setting the stage, all right, for us to be persecuted for bringing out this word, man. All right, and this Bible, it maintains to be a formidable enemy against this devil. This is why when you watch that inauguration, I didn't watch it, I just saw clips, but that nigga didn't even want to touch the Bible this time. All right, last time you had him holding the Bible upside down. This time altogether, he didn't even want to touch it, man. So we see the where we at now. You quoted James 2 and 19 earlier, man. These devils are afraid, man. All right, this is why they're moving with such haste now because they know their time is coming to an end.
That's right.
Bros, had anything before I play this?
Yeah, I have something right quick if I may.
You got it.
Because like you said, they understand their time is coming to an end. So, with your back against the wall, you gotta fight. And this devil knows his best practice of fighting is defamation of character
Yep.
and trying to persuade the masses of the people to get behind whatever, ploy it is that he's trying to run with.
Yep.
Real quick, this is Second Ezra chapter 5 and verse 9. The point being in the latter, it says, "And salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber."
Mm-hmm.
Right. And these are the times that we're coming into the famine of the word because it's literally going to get to the point where the Lord is going to set this thing up to where the time of grace and mercy that was extended to his people to hear the word of the Lord, that they misused, right? All of this information that was out here showing you the inner workings of this man's hegemony, and Jake still decided to get along with the program and not, speak out against it, but rather just sit by and be what's the term that they use in law? An accessory, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna get to the point to where when this famine hit, right, there's not gonna be any excuse.
Yep.
There's not gonna be any way to be found. And this is the ploy, this is the play that we see that the left hand is trying to run.
Yeah, because they're in their face with it. They're not even trying to hide it anymore, man. Like dealing with this Elon Musk nigga, man. He is just been blatant with everything that he's been. These devils are proud, man. You know, and he's been promoting Rome since Trump, got back in the election race, man. All right, so like he was saying, Rome is back. Rome's not gonna fall like last time. He doing the damn Roman salute at the inauguration, and then he's been, popping this shit about the AI, pretty much talking about how they about to unleash the demon. So like you said, all this information that's being come out, and even himself saying that, could y'all real quick get that in Psalm 64 about how he maketh his tongue fall upon himself? They're telling on themselves at this point, man, but they can do that because they know the people are so dumbed down and docile that it's gonna go right over their head, man.
Right.
Okay. You want me to start at the top, or just get to the
We go right to the point.
It's Psalm 64 and verse 5. I was like verse 3. Who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and they fear not.
Mm-hmm.
They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
Mm-hmm. And that's what their whole mindset is, man. That they're able to do these things and nobody really understands or knows what they're doing. But that's the thing. Like we're going into its beginning of the lesson. They're scrambling because now they can no longer ignore the role that the prophets have been doing in the earth as far as uncovering all these things now, man. All right. So everything that their plans that they're bringing out, hey, we've been exposing that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay. So as they've been shooting at the perfect being us, the children of Israel, okay, the Lord is letting us know that they're not going to win. All right. And that's what infuriates them the most, man. Because here it is, we're giving hope unto our people that hey, this man's not gonna he's not gonna pretty much win, which is why like we're seeing he's gonna come down with that great wrath. Because they're all right, you say you believe in this God. All right, Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter. They're gonna prove, they're gonna make us prove that we really believe in the Lord, as that persecution really comes down, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna jump down to the point. Verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
Right, because the ultimate goal, like I said earlier, these devils want to be in the position of the Lord. 2 Thessalonians, the second chapter, tells you that they put themselves in the seat of the Most High, saying that they are the Most High, man. All right, so as you have heard this dude, Elon Musk, all right, continually say over and over again, man, this AI is the new God, man. Okay, I just wanted to play this clip because here it is, him saying it again. So like I'm saying, these things are being said over and over and over again. So you, Jake's, still falling into that trap stupidly like you are, then hey, that's on you, man.
Before we started, you said you're up till 4 in the morning?
Yeah, so, actually a little more like 5 in the morning. But
okay.
We got the XAI data center, supercomputer center training from beginning installation to start training in 19 days, which was the fastest that anyone has ever gotten a supercomputer training.
And is that in that new building off the side?
That's in Memphis.
It's in Memphis?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where you were?
Yeah.
I see.
Memphis, capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
That's where our new Bible comes from.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk to you about alignment.
That was funny.
Yeah, right.
You see how this devil's pomp is at his height. All right, he's extremely proud because they have in the mind that they think that they're going to accomplish this new world order, man. As you hear him say, "Oh yeah, the supercomputers up in Egypt. That's the not Egypt, Memphis, the capital of Egypt. You're talking about bringing the new God, talking about unleashing the demon. Hey, they're letting it all be known that they are ready for Satan to get active on this earth, man. Okay, and so this is why at the end of the day, you Akim and you Akwapium, man. Hey, you need to be getting right with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Every day we are at a constant fight to make sure that we are being protected from what this devil is doing, man. Okay. Bro, have anything? God. That was pretty much all I had, to be honest with you. Somebody grab Ephesians 5:16.
Can I read that in the NLT?
Huh.
This is Ephesians chapter 5.
Matter of fact, start at 15.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15 in the NLT. It says, so be
Matter of fact,
careful.
Start at love a little bit more. Just start at 14. That's cool.
Okay. Ephesians 5 and 14, it says in the NLT, for the light makes everything visible. This is why it is said, awake, O sleeper, rise up from the dead, and Hamashiach will give you light.
Right, and that has happened unto the hopeful elect. All right, we have been illuminated by the light of Hamashiach Yahushua, so therefore we see all the things that's being done in the dark, man. Okay. We have been quickened in the spirit to where we're no longer just blindly following the path that this devil has set for everybody to go into their destruction.
Mm-hmm. Verse 15. So be careful how you live. Don't live like fools, but like those who are wise.
Man, and that's clear cut, man. Hey, we got to know exactly what we're into in this walk, man. All right, this is no game. This is life and death that we're speaking about, man. All right, this devil, he's ready to get rid of us, man. He's ready to genocide the nation of Israel off the planet for good. All right, so This is why it's so imperative that we fortify that relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua so that we are covered in that time, man. Because we're gonna need it. We're gonna need it badly, man. All right, this man's coming with the full power of the left hand, man. He's been waiting for this moment since his inception of the New World Order, man. They see that the time is now, starting with the 2020 pandemonic, man. All right, they've been rushing since then, trying to get this thing enacted, man.
Yep. Verse 16. Make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. Don't act thoughtlessly, but understand what Yahweh Shema Shai wants you to do.
Right, man. Hey, move in the spirit. All right, walk with wisdom in these times, man. Okay, because it's imperative that you are fully aware of what you're doing at all times, man. Okay, because hey, one moment of sleep that could be your life, and it's only going to get worse, man. Hey, this man is every day doing something new. Okay, so hey, we are here, Lord willing, this be the year, man. Because hey, this man is active. That's why, like I said, Esau sitting with that sword, dancing with that shit. That was no light thing. That was done on purpose because that's showing you he's ready to get down, man.
Yep.
If I may add, when you read Tobit 4 and 14, it talks about being circumspect in all things and being wise in all your conversations, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the way you carry yourself, especially in these times, you know, 'cause it really, like you said, it's life or death, man. Right?
Right.
Every move you make, right, is being watched, right? Either in the heavens or by this devil himself, man. You
Right.
know, so you have to move accordingly, move in the spirit, like you said, because one misstep, right? Like the scriptures talk about it being water on one side and fire on the other side, right? You don't have any wiggle room, right, for mistakes, man.
Yep. You just gotta go through it.
Right. Hey, I
Go.
like this precept Yeshaya put on the screen. Shalom al Yuakim on the comment board.
Wow.
Ephesians 4:14, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie wait to deceive. Because look, just as much as we going into the trickery and the witchcraft that Esau is doing, this is why it's even more imperative that you understand the full doctrine. Like we say, knowing the will of the Lord, okay, knowing the correct names, all right, knowing the prophecies and what it entails, such as what the MOTB is, man, because these things are imperative for your salvation. Because if you're still on the fence, you're still unsure on what these things are, hey, Satan, he can get you, all right, and he's gonna get a lot of our people because they're still not taking this truth serious, man. You know, hey, the calling of the names is that's the key. All right, having your how about Shem Yahweh in your pineal gland, that's the key to begin to unravel all the rest of the mysteries, man. All right, and you still got Jake stumbling over that. So this is why it's imperative that you walk circumspectly, man. All right, know the doctrine, man. All right, know what you're involved in, man. Like you hear Apostle Gabar always speak about, man. All right, this is more than just cussing out the so-called nigger woman, cussing out niggas, calling the so-called white man a devil. This is way more than that. This is bigger than that, man. That's a part of it, but it's bigger than that, man. You know?
Yep.
Any more? That was it.
Oh, that was it.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had. Your brother had anything else? We can go ahead and close it.
Okay.
All right. So,
Okay.
hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. So we're going to close it out by giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chahakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well, and peace and salutation to the elect that's out here laboring in all truth and sincerity. To you we say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.